Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it is a pleasure to have you here. Please subscribe, please join the community where we are healing from trauma, we are healing from narcissistic abuse, and we are creating a life that we truly deserve. We are taking our life to that next level where we become someone who uses our past, uses our pain, and uses that as a stepping stone to create amazing lives, not just for ourselves, but for those that we love, those people around us that matter the most to us. So, guys, make sure to subscribe, make sure to follow. So, today, without further ado, let's get on with what we're going to do today, which is healing from pain. Now, many of us would have felt pain right now. If you're here, you probably are feeling pain right now. And many of us, or all of us, will feel pain of some degree at some point in our lives. We can't escape it. So pain happens to all of us. So what do? Well, we can't do a huge amount about the things that happen to us, but we can do a lot about how we cope with the pain, our mechanisms to deal with the pain. You might notice that sometimes your pain, if you were to rate it from 0 being not much pain to 10 being a huge amount of pain, that sometimes it can be a 10 and sometimes it can also be a 7 or an 8. So that shows that pain can fluctuate. Pain doesn't stay the same, or our perception of pain doesn't stay the same. Now, what this means is that we can actually take a bit of control back. We can start to manipulate, if you will, for want of a better word, we can manipulate our response to the pain. Just as we focus on something that's painful, we're going to make it even more painful. Even if we focus on it saying, I don't want this pain, I don't want this pain, it's going to become bigger. But if we do the same thing, we focus on good feelings, if we focus on some kind of pleasure, if we can find a part of ourselves, a part of our body where there is some respite. So if we've got pain in our shoulder, we've got pain in our heart, we've got pain in our stomach, we've got pain in our head. If we focus on the thumb, if there's no pain in the thumb, then what happens is our attention goes there and that feeling can start to grow. So we've got a little exercise right now. I want you to get a pen and a paper because, and if you've got some coloring pencils, absolutely fine as well, but don't go too crazy. And in fact, if you haven't, it doesn't matter either because you can just visualize this. And what you want you to do is I want you to visualize 3 different images. Now, the first image is an image, and this is when I say an image, this is just a random, whatever comes to mind, whatever feels right. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine the first image. And this first image is pain, or something that represents pain at its worst. So if pain is an 8 out of 10, what would represent this? What colors would it be? What shape would it be? Would it be a thing? Would it be recognizable? Would it just be some crazy thing? What kind of energy has it got? I want you to visualize this. I want you to draw it down if you can. If you've got a paper and a pencil, paper and a pen near you. And if you haven't, that's absolutely fine. Just visualize it. Visualize what this thing representing pain at its worst is, at your worst, that you've worst experienced it. Now, the second drawing, I want you to draw or visualize the pain, but this time I want you to visualize the pain in a way as if you are experiencing it at its best. Okay, so when pain is at its best, so we say we've got peaks and troughs. When pain is at its best, what does that feel like? Visualize that, write it down, or draw something, draw a shape, draw a representation of this pain in its whatever form that pain in its best comes as. Now, the third one I want you to draw or to visualize is pain now gone. And this is you at your optimal. This is you totally optimal. Now, once you've done them and you've got all 3 of them in your head, and you can kind of see there's 3 different ones. They kind of represent pain at its worst, pain at its best, and the optimal life, optimal feeling, okay? Visualize the 3 different ones. Now, what I want you to do is close your eyes and bring to mind that first one, that pain at its worst. Feel what it feels like, hear what it sounds like, anything that goes with it, any energies. I just want you to just be aware of that now. You don't have to go too deep into it, but just want you to see it. Just want you to kind of visualize that this is pain at its worst. Okay, so now we're not going to spend too long here, because what we want you to do now is I want you to move on to pain at its best. Visualize now with your eyes still closed. Visualize pain at its best. If you can imagine that form transforming into the new shape, the new being, the new symbol, whatever came up for you, visualize that now. Visualize the transformation from pain at its worst to pain at its best. Just visualize that right now. See how it looks, feel how it feels, and just discover what it really means to see this shape. Maybe you can reach out, maybe you can touch this shape, maybe you can feel this shape. Whatever it is, this pain is transferred from its worst to its best. Just really now engage with that color, with the shapes, with the image. And maybe even reach out and just imagine grabbing that, just playing with it a little bit. See what it feels like if you stretch it a little bit. See what it feels like if you make it smaller. See what if it feels like if you move it further away from you, and feel what it feels like if you bring it closer to you. When you've had enough of that, I want you to just push it out in front of you, create a box around it, and now imagine it in the box, in this box. And this box could be a TV, this could be a screen, because actually you have a remote control that I want you to imagine now in your hand. And with this remote control, I want you to imagine now making this thing even smaller. And I want you to imagine turning down the color, turning down the sounds, turning down any vibrancy so that it just doesn't exist. Make it go away, make it just disappear. So it just becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, out of this, what I'll allow you to do is to now imagine something growing. And what I want you to grow from this, and what I want to grow from this is that picture of the optimal. So whatever that was that was coming out of that image, I want you to now transform that image that disappeared into this optimal state of being. Now just picture this and reach out to that TV screen and grab that, bring it to you, play with it, make it bigger, expand it. Notice the colors, notice the shapes, notice what's going on around it as you're watching it unfold in front of you, as you can play with it and feel the textures. And as you do, what I'd like you to do is make this yours. So bring it to you, bring it close to you, bring it into your body, bring it into your heart, and imagine it going into your heart. And as it goes into your heart, it fills up your whole body. So this warmth, this color, this feeling expands all through your body, all out your limbs, all down your torso, everywhere in your body, in your head. It just expands out everywhere. I want you just to feel this now, expanding out until it all becomes you, becomes part of you. And as you do this, just breathe in any positivity, breathe in any calmness, breathe in any resources that you might need. Just enjoy breathing that in. And as you breathe out any tension, anything that you don't need anymore, anything that you just like been holding on to for too long, breathe it out and allow it to just disappear. Allow it to just dissipate. Allow it to go on. Now, I want you to bring to mind a time in your life when you were happy, a time when you were feeling safe, a time when you were feeling that the world was okay. Maybe this is a time from the past, maybe a time when you just felt good, a time when everything was okay. So I want you to bring to mind this time now when everything just felt okay. And again, feel what it felt like, hear what you heard, and just smell anything and taste anything that was there, any sounds, any feelings, any energy that was there. Just bring this around you now. Imagine this scene that was going on when you just felt good, when you just felt fine, when life was just optimal. So now not only do you feel optimal inside because you've taken on this optimal inside, I want you to look around you and notice how the optimal feeling of feeling okay is around you. And as you look around, as you begin to notice your surroundings, maybe you see words. Maybe you see words that say something that you need to hear right now. Maybe your unconscious mind is telling you right now that you need to be told something. It could be something like, everything's going to be fine. It could be you're healing. It could be we've got your back. Don't worry about it. It could be to try and relax, that we love you. Something that you need to hear right now, something that's allowing you to relax. Something's allowing you to just allow your body to naturally work and heal. Because in the background, our body is always working, always doing what's best for us. And if we allow it to do that and not stress or not add on to the pain, we can allow it to do more work, do the better work. Because when we're constantly trying to change what the work is doing, because we're stressing, because we're worrying, because we're feeling that pain and we're focusing on the pain, when we do that, we think we're doing the right thing, but actually it creates more suffering, it creates more pain, and the body can't work as well. So right now, just wanting to allow these little spaceships, if you will, inside you, or these little men or these little women inside you, just going around, just doing their job, fixing you, healing you, doing their best for you. Because we have to allow ourselves to do everything we can. And that means trusting in ourselves, trusting that as we relax, the more relaxed we feel, the more at peace we feel, the more work can get done. So I want you to just enjoy this right now, this feeling of not needing to be anywhere, knowing that by doing nothing, you're doing everything. And this will continue as you're asleep tonight. This will continue into tomorrow. This will continue into the weeks ahead. And every time you're feeling the pain, know that you can start to just visualize this feeling, bring to mind this feeling. And as you do, as you scan your body and notice that there's parts of your body that are relaxed, parts of your body that are not in pain, parts of your body and your mind that's okay, that we can allow that feeling to spread. And although there will be some ups and downs, although there will be pain, the more we allow it, the more we embrace the reality of what it is, the better life will feel. So when you're ready, I would like you to come back into the room, open your eyes and have a stretch. Look around and feel how you feel. So guys, again, if you enjoyed that, please save this video or please share it with someone you think it could really help. And most importantly, you'd really be doing me a favor if you can subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps. Until next time, namaste.